Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. It's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. It's too early for me to scream like I usually do, and look at this. It's videotaped, so you know what that means. We're using the latest camcorders here at the studio here. That means I have a very special guest. Only special guests get videotaped. If they're regular, no. It's audio only. My guest today is the frontman for arguably the greatest rock band of the last 25 years, in my opinion, Mr. Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. Under the table. That's how it's done. Payola. And he has a new amazing documentary, Under the Catacombs. Alive in the Catacombs, which... I've been to Paris a couple of times, and I had no idea that was underneath the city.
It's actually 200 miles of that.
200 miles in the sewer system, essentially. They ran out of places to bury people, and they just put them underneath there.
It was a coal mine.
And it's all skulls and bones and femurs, all of that stuff sticking out of the walls. And Josh goes, what a wonderful place.
I love it. Couple throw pillows.
But the thing about it is what you were going through yourself medically. You were kind of at death's door. When you were, I don't know how to go into this.
Just jump in.
It's gorgeous. I'm a sucker for black and white when done right. Not pretentiously. Like, it means you're playing acoustic going into electric for your ballad.
Yeah,
to get
one
the
ballad
chicks. That's how it was done in the 80s. But the way that you guys did it, and then cutting back and forth the footage of you guys on tour, one of my favorite things is seeing a band right before they're going on stage.
I think that's the best. I think that's the very best time. It's got to be the same for walking on stage for you. It's that moment, the lights go out, the intro music is playing, the crowd goes wild, and for 1 second, everything is perfect. Everyone's happy.
For 1 second, you're like, I have no business doing this. And hey, how's everybody doing?
No, but that's the happiest moment for sure. It's like nothing bad has happened yet, you know?
Yeah, but I also feel like you can see the psychology of the band. Everything from they're going to break up the second this show is done. This is mid-tour. This is beginning of the tour. This is the end of the tour. And you guys all looked like you guys always looked really psyched to play, and I always, whenever you guys are around each other, you know, you guys all have like your jokes and you get along. Like, I don't know if that's just from years of being on the road, but the vibe.
Well, some bands don't get along at all.
Oh yeah,
and famously. And I find that interesting too. But we actually get along. So we vacation together, which is a strange thing to take it off tour.
Do you have the stills of you dumping water on John?
Lotioning up John, actually. From People magazine from afar, you know, just lotioning him up.
No, it's hard enough to get along with one other person. Like I when I was coming up and radio was still the big thing, the amount of times that I did morning radio to promote whatever comedy club I was at, and the morning show is so-and-so and so-and-so. And you'd go in there and they'd be like, oh yeah, hey, what's going on? And they would be talking and vibing, and then they would go to commercial, and you quickly kind of realize they didn't speak or look at each other, and they were sort of talking to each other through you, and you're like, oh, this is a loveless marriage. Yeah.
Well, there's a certain amount too that you spend so much time together that it would seem natural that you just go your separate ways. But I think it's because each member came at a different time, and so you're slowly finding the right puzzle piece and locking it in.
Right.
And it's communication, Bill.
It is.
This is what I've learned.
You just have to say in a positive way. Well, how did the whole idea? When did that come about? I know just what I know about you. The second you saw those skulls and bones, you're like, oh yeah, I got to play that gig. The sewers of Paris with dead bodies. I was born to do this.
Well, it actually, I remember learning about the Catacombs in a book when I was like 8. You know, and just being fascinated, just that it seems so taboo. Like you're stacking bodies and you're doing, you know, geometric designs with them. At first, I thought, "Are you allowed to do that?" You know, it seems like a bit of a dick move until you see it, and
it
then
walks the line of respect and artful, and then sort of serial killer necrophiliac.
Yeah, sort of like what are you doing, Gary? Oh, I'm just stacking them, you know, and it's like there's heart done into hearts and stuff like that, where it's like,
if you love your job, you never work again. Down there juggling skulls.
What are you doing? I'm on break.
Doing a little soft shoe with a femur. But it is like, it's typical Paris, where it's like
everything's art.
Even that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So,
well, we're all going to deal with it too. So I think so much of the time here, you never like, don't think about death. Let's talk about. Have you seen that new Mission Impossible movie? Instead, it's just, and I mean, I had no way of knowing that I would be sort of dealing on death's door myself, and which made it really strange to be there.
How long did I don't know if you want to get into what the
I mean, not too deep, but yeah,
okay,
but a little bit. I was, it made it really
like doctors were telling you to get off the road.
They didn't know what I had, so they were sort of giving me advice based on being incorrect, and so of course they were like, play it safe. But everyone cancels, man. Everyone cancels. It drives me crazy. And by the time we got to Paris, I knew the tour was over. The band knew that I couldn't go any further. But I just wanted it so bad. We've been trying to put it together for 20 years, and almost like, excuse me, almost.
You've wanted to play that gig for 20 years?
I've been trying to put it together for 20 years. It would get close, and then it would go away, and it was almost like.
What would make it go? Schedules, or was Paris just like, hey,
Yeah, ask him, and then you go ask someone else and be like, ask her. Just get in the runaround, and you give up for a second, and then it would be like Paris is on the tour schedule, and I would say, well, time to take another run at this, and I almost stopped believing that it would be possible until we met this guy. That they had this show called Album of the Week. Where you just play your record on television there, and which is a novel idea. But he played Cupid and sort of got us in the right hands finally. But I knew it would go away if we didn't do it, and I just thought it physically hurt, but that's going to go away. That's going to go away,
right?
But this will last hopefully forever, And and if I'm honest, it made it cooler having to go through something, because it's like, are you going to do it or not? Are you gonna quit or not?
Right.
And I felt good about. I honestly felt like, no, I can do this. It made me feel like I was. It added a layer of importance to it that I wouldn't say enjoyed, but I was proud to.
So when you finally get on, I can't even say on stage, when you get underground,
seriously, underground
in the sewer system, and the show is actually happening. Something that people have told me, like when I'm going to go do something, they always go, make sure you take it in, make sure you enjoy it. And I'm always jealous, because I feel like with music, you can kind of do that when someone else is taking a solo. You can kind of strum along and look, where like comedy is like, I can't take it in because I have to, 'cause I made you laugh. Now I got to keep the momentum.
But I would say
going.
that there's certainly many moments, and maybe you almost don't realize them because you're so in it, where you're not thinking about anything else, and you're not thinking about the past, the future. You're just there,
right,
in the center of your feet, and it's happening. And I like that a lot. I like that feeling of everything else is chased away. And I don't think.
Can you do that naturally? Do you have to play a game with yourself mentally, like is the grind of the road?
Well, it's a bit like dodgeball. Sometimes I get hit with it, and sometimes I don't.
Yes.
But I'm always trying to be in the moment like that. And I think because of what was going on, I was so focused. Plus, we did.
I might not get out of these. I might be part of this wall.
I mean, I started saying, wouldn't it be ironic if this really took a bad. There was one moment. We have the song "Villains of Circumstance." It was the third song we did, and there's one moment, and they actually caught it in the doc part where I got such a searing pain. I was like, excuse me, I'm going to take a minute, and I had to get up, and I thought, oh my God, I started sweating, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to have to tell everyone we're going to go. Can you do that? Can you tell everyone to go? What would they say? I'm like having this dialogue, and It hurt so bad. It was so specific and acute. And
you almost became that short list of performers who died on stage.
But what a great way to go. I mean, if you had to, I also would do, okay, so what would be your top three?
It's your last laugh because people, I don't know about now.
You get the last laugh.
Well, back when pratfalls were so common, if you dropped dead as a comedian on stage back in the day, people thought, oh.
Right, remember the English? What was the English guy that used to wear the fez?
Yes, I saw that the other day. Oh, my God.
So crazy. And everyone, he has a massive coronary.
Yeah,
everyone thinks he's joking.
Down, and then he's going like,
and they're going,
a second, so they're like laughing, and then he just kind of. No, I don't think he topples over. He kind of like
crumpled.
It's like when they implode a building and they fuck up, and like the bottom goes, and it just sort of sits there to the side. All right.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Well, it was going to be dark, dude. If
okay, well then, what's the top? What's the top? I'll tell you my top three ways to go. I think on stage would be, a very poetic one, so I'd have to throw that in there. The other one, I'm okay with a nuclear blast because you're with your family, you all go at the same time.
You hope.
Well, I used to always picture that
I'm by myself in like a hotel room. It's like da-na-na, da-na-na,
Kojak rerun, at a Motel 6. No, this is in my perfect world, right? And it probably would look fucking amazing because you'd say to yourself, "Wow, look at that!" And then that hot, icy wind. I love that it's hot and icy.
No.
That hot wind, just blows you down.
You sound like Shaq right now. You're doing a promo. Well, what was that thing? Did you see that on the internet where these people were filming this explosion? And it just kept getting bigger and bigger, so they're doing the whole whoa,
and then it keeps coming.
And then it's like we got to get the fuck out of here. What? I don't know what it was.
You've been watching such the same stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it is. I think because we're friends, they just send the same shit, so we have something to talk about.
Bill says,
and this whole relationship doesn't crumble.
Like the bomb footage that we were watching.
Our whole relationship is just the common things we watched on Instagram. Did you see the hyena get eaten by? As a matter of fact, I did. Some nerd rubbing his hands. Yeah.
Well, what would you have what would be in your list? Is there anything that would be in your list of ways to? You don't like my nuclear example. You don't like it?
No, I just always picture myself with my family surrounding my bed, and I just tell them how much I love them. I asked them if I did a good job. They say yeah, and I give them just
that's
words
not happening.
It's a fantasy. Or. No, I don't have any
I thought yours would be like my third one, which is I don't golf or anything, but I imagine myself with a cigar golfing, going God damn, yelling, and I just fall, massive corner, dies on the spot. I don't put my hands down and I just slide to a halt, and that's it.
He died doing what he loved, blaming his clubs.
Yelling.
No, I want the.
You'd be yelling too.
I want the borderline natural causes, and I don't have
natural adjacent.
I don't need some evil Knievel. I'm jumping. I got a cape on. Right before I do it, I give everybody, "This is how you live, and this is how you die." I don't have any of that. I don't want to die on stage. I would like to be. I would like to be retired. I would like to have the courage to walk away from this business at some point and just, hang out with my lovely wife and.
But is there a need to ever retire? I think about this for music too. It's like, it's not like you're an underwater welder where it's like, I think I've rolled the dice enough times. There's no real reason.
My elbow's giving out from holding the mic. I just can't fucking do it.
I can't do it anymore.
I'm in constant pain. No, I think
icy hot. Shaq.
Icy hot, yeah. Okay. It makes it doesn't do anything. It numbs the problem.
Yeah.
And then you run out of the icy hot, and then you got to put another one on or else because it doesn't fix your elbow.
It goes fast too, that icy hot.
Yeah.
But I there's no real reason to retire. To do what? You could still do an occasional show. It could just be less.
My grandmother volunteered at a hospital in the thing, and she made people coffee and everything, and it was just such a small, simple life after traveling all around. There's something about living in a small town and just being able, there's never any traffic downtown.
Yeah.
And waving to people that you know, and then just going down there and making people grilled cheese sandwiches and coffee.
Yeah. I'd like to exotic dance for the elderly.
And then feel that weird feeling. And then keel over. Exotic dancing.
For the elderly, though.
Yeah.
You know,
What do they
because I don't
call-
want to have to like know how to do it too much. I like a little captive audience.
Little cymbals in your hands.
Yeah.
Little belly dancing.
You know, just off the cheek and just a little.
All right, it's Simply Safe, everybody. You know, that moment at night when you're locking up, turning off the lights, and you just want to feel completely safe before heading to bed? You know, you want to get 8 hours without getting murdered. That's what Simply Safe gives me, peace of mind. I've been using it for a while now, and it's honestly changed how I think about home security. To be honest with you, I never really thought about it until I had a wife and kids. And then I was just like, you know what? I don't feel safe. I wish there was a way to feel safe in a simple way. And then along came Simply Safe. You see that? You put it out to the universe, and oh boy, there they are. That's what Simply Safe gives me. Most security systems only take action after someone breaks in. Yeah, they show up. You all right? That's too late. Simply Safe's new Action Guard outdoor protection helps stop break-ins before they happen. That's it. You can duck the intruder like a championship fighter who wants to hang onto his belt. If someone's lurking, agents talk to them in real time. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? I can see you in those shrubs. Turn on the spotlight and can call the police, proactively deterring crime before it starts. No context, no hidden fees. Named Best Home Security System of 2025 by CNET. Ranked #1 in customer service by Newsweek and USA Today. Monitoring plans start at around $1 a day. 60-day money-back guarantee. Visit simplysafe.com/Burr to claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month for free. That's simplysafe.com/Burr. SIMPLISAFE. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Well, you guys came out to the show last night. I was worried that you didn't make it.
Because we overbought tickets.
You overbought tickets, yeah.
We had a section over here. If it looked a little empty, that was me.
Was that your first Broadway show? Have you been to other ones?
I have been to other ones.
Cats.
Oh God, fucking hate Cats so much, man. Oh,
somebody's got to like it. It went on for so long.
I can't. Angelica,
I think
empirical.
you can.
My daughter. This is how much I love my daughter.
Mushrooms. We take mushrooms.
Yeah, that I would. Okay, of course I would do that.
Cats,
of course. But that's just cats, team bonding.
And then we get it.
Oh, we get it.
And then we finally get it.
This is how much I love my daughter. She was in a production of Cats. That's what we'd be doing in the audience.
Oh, the whole fucking time.
Just we rub my hand.
Yeah.
That's how much I love my daughter. She was in a production of Cats, which is the thing I dislike the most, you know. And she was in this production of it, and she was so cute. She got stage fright, and she's little, like 9 or something. Like she comes out, she goes to do a line, she does her line, and then turns, sees the audience, and just freezes.
The white room.
Yeah, the white room.
And then
turns. You know, she's like a cat doing the body position, but then she just takes off
like a cat does.
And I went to both showings of this. Because I endured the Cats thing because I just, you know, she's my little feline. I just,
wow, dude, seeing an amateur production of Cats, I mean, that
makes me want to smash my dick with a hammer.
No, but I'm saying, as a dad, dude, that's big.
Oh, that took a lot.
Yeah,
that took a lot.
I saw a 4th grade production of Cats.
Oh,
I don't want to hear it. Go clean your room.
Oh my God.
So you're in the middle of a tour right now.
It's true, yeah.
You look great, by the way.
I feel really good.
You do. You're fucking jacked. You know, you got it all. It's all thin now.
Yeah,
for the right reasons. Broccoli.
Yeah,
not heroin.
We had dinner last night. I ate very well last night.
You did.
No more. Yeah.
You had octopus. It hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I saw that documentary where that dude made friends with an octopus. I swear to God, you watch enough of those. If I see one more cow free,
well, you stopped eating whale too. That after Blackfish.
Yeah, I definitely did that. But, I do have a gig coming up in Tokyo. I don't. I wish I did. No, I see like these videos of, we probably watched the same video, of like these dairy cows that have never been outside. And then they get freed. They go out into the field. They act like fucking dogs. Like, I had no idea they had that. They're like jumping around, all excited.
Just free,
Have you seen the ones where they like jazz? Cows like jazz? I think it's just the horn sounds like somebody mooing. It sounds exotic to them. So I think they're coming over there.
Strange mooing.
Yeah, they're coming over there to get banged, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they love Coltrane." It's like I don't think they do. I think it kind of sounds like a cow because it's always a saxophone and whatever that lower one, and they all just kind of go like, "Oh, who the fuck's that?" And they all come running over.
But it's cute to see him bump and jump like that a little bit. Though
it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't.
Until I get hungry, and then I'm just like, oh, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a thing.
I octopused last night. I don't feel anything about that. I feel okay about that.
Yeah, that was,
You were kind of shooting me some evils there over the table.
I didn't. I just thought, like I kind of felt, this is an expression of his childhood. This has nothing to do with the octopus.
Why I'm screaming, don't get caught. Don't get caught. No.
This is on you, bro. You got 8 arms. The thing that caught you only had 2. I mean, what the fuck?
You couldn't have got away.
I saw this video one time. This farmer had this cow, right? We had a bunch of cows, and they were in the morning. They were all like beat up, like they'd been slapped around or some shit, like in some sort of. Yeah. And so
tell me where the milk is.
Yes. So he thought it was some wild animal doing it, and it turned out it was one of the other cows or one of the steers, I don't know what, was coming in. It was just being a fucking asshole.
There's always a bully in every bunch.
Yeah, so then he's like, all right, I got to separate this thing and keep it chill so it doesn't know I'm going to kill it, so it doesn't make the meat taste bad. So he fucking...
So the fear isn't in sort of running through the meat.
Yeah, so they're just sitting there like, oh, the leaves are brown, and then bang, right? So he fucking takes this cow out. And then, for whatever reason, he had like a little mini front-end loader, and he tied the back legs to the front bucket.
Oh, no.
And then they raised the thing up, and it's like dead, and then he starts butchering this thing. And I was...
It's intense.
It was so fucking gross. But once the skin and the guts were gone, and he started cutting the steaks, my mouth watered.
Yeah, that's.
So I didn't know how I felt about that. So I was like, well, wait a minute. Like,
well, they do say, like when you have the connection. John was talking about this, Theodore, last night. He was saying that he's out in Martha's Vineyard and he's doing a lot of fishing.
Oh, yeah, he looked like he had a nice tan going. Everything he was looking very
But he was talking about when you pull in a big fish, you need to right away, take care of it because you don't want it to suffer, and you got to gaff it right away. And he was saying how at first he was like, kind of clutching his pearls, but then he got this relationship with that they're eating he's eating the whole fish, he's taking it home. It's like all this that
asking for it.
It just wouldn't listen. He's taking
Hey,
was getting this connection.
Swim around with no clothes on,
Yeah.
You're tempting fate. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, but he was just saying he had gotten this better understanding, I mean, I think when you do some of that stuff, you definitely get... I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Somebody took me bow fishing one time after an acting gig.
What a weird addition to fishing. Is it bow fishing?
Bow fishing, yeah.
What an unnecessary, addition of hardness.
Well, I ended up, we didn't eat any of it, so then I stopped. That's what I didn't like. And somebody on the thing goes, all right, let's go kill some shit. And I'm thinking in my head, but we're going to eat this stuff, right? So we were out, I don't know, some bayou.
Yeah, and, I don't get the trophy thing.
Yeah, and the guy had the flashlight. This New Orleans guy, right? And he had a fucking flashlight. He go, right there.
Go on, kill it.
And then, yeah, and you would,
but I don't get that trophy thing. I don't, it's not
It's good to know that I could do it. Like, I guess I could, if I was in a plane crash and somehow had packed a bow and arrow and it didn't fucking, it didn't snap.
It on through luggage and got through security.
Yeah, carry on. And that I forget which way. I think you aim a little below it because there's the illusion of like the water.
Right.
But like, There was that caveman thing that you felt like you did something as a man. I provided, but then once it was just this wasteful thing.
Fishing. It's such a weird additional hardness.
Well, new evidence shows that they did in fact do that.
Do some bow
Yeah,
fishing.
they had Crocs too.
Yeah,
the original Crocs were made out of wood.
Were made out of Crocs.
Yeah, and then they went one of two ways. They went wood in the Netherlands, and over here they were plastic.
Yeah, somehow.
Yep, which leads us back to the Catacombs.
Yeah, it does. George Carlin did. He said he had that great line. It was like, maybe the Earth wanted plastic. Do you remember this line?
Yeah, those when he was in his dark, cynical years.
So dark.
I know, and I kind of loved it. And a lot of people were like, "He's just like an angry old man." It's like, no, dude, and he was right.
But his attacks were so perfectly calculated, and everyone got some. And then he wrote that beautiful letter when his wife died. Then I thought for sure this is going to be the darkest, most angry letter. It was like he wrote an editorial. It was just a letter, and it was the most beautiful, eloquent. We need to love more and do this stuff, but better said than whatever I just said.
And I bet when he died, she was like, "Why didn't you say that when I was alive?"
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's really easy to love somebody after they're dead and they're not fucking annoying you anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's the shit I wished I said. Well, speaking of that, my family's they're coming for like the final week of this thing. I'm really excited.
Has she been out to see anything yet? Or
she's been so ridiculously supportive throughout this whole thing.
Because it's been a while. It was really good. I know you don't like compliments, but I do. Fucking great.
Well, with stuff that I'm not sure about. So yeah, to hear that it was.
No, I was blown away, and also just this actually plays in the Catacombs too. Lately, I've been like, something shouldn't be too long. Mm-hmm. You either say, "Man, I wish there was more," or "I wish this was over," and there's nothing in between.
Yeah,
it was such a well-timed. It was such a big stretch too. You got just all these guys yelling at each other up there. It was amazing.
No, people going like, "Oh my God, you really made this Dave Moss guy like you really made it your own and everything." I was like, everybody I grew up with talked like that, and I keep saying, if you actually want me, if you want me to act, have me play a fucking laid back surfer from San Diego, then I
would like that.
That would be like, but you want me to play some guy that's fucking wound up in saying the wrong things. But what I do like about what I do love about it is the over talking, and figuring that out with like
the timing of that. That's what blew my mind, because I went and watched the movie last night after dinner again, just to get even.
I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to watch it again.
It's fucking great. You said you were talking about Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon was so incredible. The way he's flipping into salesman mode and then coming back to it, and his desperation, and to the daughter,
the flare-ups of anger, of like that thing,
and a lot of it was from insecurity too. He's like got his moment where he thinks he's on top of the world, and then he had these other herniations of anger. He was fucking incredible.
Well, and I also think where they were saying how it used to be dark and now people, it's like, are laughing watching it. I mean, we're definitely doing it.
It got a lot of laughs.
Well,
but it's a great script.
But I feel like it's like gallows humor that everybody can now relate to. I put the best years of my life into your company, and now I'm finding out how expendable I am.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean anything to you.
Yeah, and why did I? Yeah,
like you're throwing me out like, an old yesterday's newspaper.
Yeah.
And like, what did my life mean? And also to have that done to you by somebody younger.
Yeah.
Is something like, our whole generation, the amount of people that I know that are in their 50s that help build a major part of a company for profit, and they just don't want to pay them. Yeah. And now that they sort of
they bring in the new guard
in their 20s, they sort of have the Ferrari, ready to go on the track, and they just go, well, you take him out, and we'll put this 20-something, and then they fuck the 20-something-year-old person. They don't give them any money, and they just keep it on the track, and we'll be fine. I think that's why it's been getting the laughs that it does, but like I've always been envious.
I was actually surprised. I mean, I laughed a bunch too, but it was so across the board. The whole audience was laughing, especially your big monologue what is great is that you guys are talking over each other. Michael McKean is so good in his, and how he holds back on these beats, but the way you're trying to convince him to break into the office.
Oh yeah.
And did I say that? Whole two salesmen trying to sell each other.
Here's the other thing: is I come out and my character says all of this, racist shit right in the beginning, so the crowd doesn't like me. Oh yeah, and there was some stuff that they'd taken out of the play a long time ago, and now they put it back in because it was like, in different periods of time, it was considered like too harsh. But I feel like there's enough time separated now that you're like, wow, this is how boorish.
This is who this guy is. I don't like the taking of stuff out. I don't think whitewashing it makes it any better. It's like you're supposed to dislike your character. He's the biggest dick in the room.
Yes, but the thing in the beginning when I was doing it, I was sort of rushing through that a little bit because people were pulling back, and then I think I was. And when I was first doing it, there was an element of me apologizing for this guy, and then I finally figured I was like, no, I have to be this guy.
You're supposed to hate this guy,
but you're supposed to. But what I do love is those racist moments get the right laugh. Right. They're like laughing at how stupid this guy is.
Yeah.
And my favorite line that he says that really sums up white racism is when he talks about the Indians and he says they like to feel superior.
Yeah.
And that's literally what he's doing.
Yeah, he's trying to do.
He goes in as a white guy talking to these Indian people and he immediately feels, I am
superior.
I am automatically smarter because I am white, and God thinks I am the best because this is what other white people told me, and God never said that. So he goes in there, and these people have like their own businesses. I can't trick them.
Yeah, I can't. But the whole thing is, I can't trick them.
I can't trick them out of their life savings. And then my takeaway from that is not like, wow, these people are
hardworking, smart. They're not taking my bullshit.
Yeah, and all of this,
I can't trick them.
I look at it like, oh, you like to feel like, look at this person thinking they're superior to me when they are.
Because my shit doesn't work.
When they are. So that's what. Like I had been doing that line, for like a month, and I just knew I'm like, there's something fucking more to this that I'm not, and I finally had to like think like, why is he saying, And then it's...
So are you enjoying the nuance? You were talking the other day that there were times that you guys are, because you've been doing it, that you're playing it a little different for each other. So are you enjoying the nuance part of it the most?
That like when he throws it back differently. I love when he does that, or like different reactions and stuff. And that's good too because it makes you present. And then also if like...
it keeps you back in the moment.
And if you stay in the way that you did it every time... then you almost go into robot mode, and then if all of a sudden you lifted your eyebrow up and you never did that before, that causes a brain fart, and then I'll lose a line. Like, what the fuck just happened there? And then I've noticed that a couple of times where I then was like, okay, this is how it works, and then I have a good performance. So I did that for a few shows in a row, and then Michael threw the ball a little bit different, and I almost missed it, and I was like, all right, dude, you can't do that. You got to make sure every time. So I've been using like different things to kind of motivate, every night to be this upset about Mitch and Murray. I just use whatever I'm thinking about that day. Like I relate to Mitch and Murray fucking up their good thing the way streaming services came in to Hollywood and took an already difficult business and just put it in their pocket. And then they go, the business is shrinking. Into your pocket. Like how much, like it's like...
Because now they own everything.
The greed.
They buy
the greed
it off of you
and the coldness.
You get nothing.
And the coldness of it. Is just
same thing in the music business.
Like because there was a point like it was always harsh. And to see that someone could come along and be like, oh, easily. That's not harsh. This is fucking beyond,
like the new Satan.
So I kind of like, I have the idea in my head like when I picture those guys, because they have downstairs on the wall, they have like, the ideas of like who would play them if they were in the movie or whatever, if they were in the play. And for me, it has to be people I know,
So who do you got then?
Well, I could tell you off air.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so it's like people.
I would go back to then is the tinkering.
Those people that are like they're just in a position of power and they don't handle it well. and you just see who the fuck they are, and they're sitting across from that. And it's what's funny to me though is how I maintain my composure. It's like, oh, this guy thinks he's driving the bus. And it's just like, we're all in show business. We're all in the hood, hanging onto the hood ornament like fucking Indiana Jones. Yeah. And eventually that breaks off and you go underneath. It's like the thing that you're helping to build is going to drive you over. I mean, what you can say about all of us who went to these streaming services and helped them put everything else out of business.
Well, but we have to go somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
we should have seen what they were doing.
Yeah, but you know, again, it's almost like the recycling discussion. It's like one person is powerless to make a big change. You know, it's like you can't take on.
We're not.
What are you specifically supposed to do? And what I can't do anything about the fact that record business went to Apple and Spotify, and you know,
and some nerd in Sweden.
You know, like,
is he still saying? Is that billionaire still saying he's not making any money?
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting there on the end of my bed going la la. Sorry, la. And it's like, why can't you fix the record business? And it's like, what la what? You know, I can't.
I can't do both of those things.
You know, I can't. I can barely do one of these things.
Don't you feel lucky though that you started in this business when you did?
I feel like we're one of the last bands that got in the door before it shut somehow. I feel like that is. We're not. It's not that we're not huge, but that's not my desire either. Is to be. I don't want to be. I don't want the responsibility of being massive, and I want to be able to pivot and make art and switch everything up. And
you
know, I there's always people that are like, "You're so much better." But that's you know, I expect that someone's going to say that.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, but I don't worry about that. I don't care. I mean, that's just like saying, why can't you do the same thing you always did?
And then if you do that, then it's just like he does the same fucking thing every time.
What's up, one trick pony? I none of that. You know, I've always maintained that if 15% of the people don't hate your new thing, you suck. You know.
That's a good one. What I do is whenever something comes out, I just read until the first negative comment, and then I just do the math and be like, all right, you know, it was 10 to 15 good ones, and one guy said, you know,
I don't do
this guy, you know, shouldn't even be in this business anymore.
Yeah, I don't do any comments because I think I can presuppose what the best of and the worst of. They're both wrong. They're wrong. You know what I mean? It's like it's somewhere.
I kind of like the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I just stay away from it. Because it doesn't make me feel. It never makes me feel better, but it could make me feel worse, and so I just stay away from.
Well, I got to say, whatever you guys are doing, and I talked about this on my podcast before. I saw you guys. The last time I saw you guys was the end of your last tour, I believe, and you were at the Forum in L.A. And I came down, and you hooked me up. Thank you. And I was like, okay, you know, Josh is going through it. And fucking, you know, his health and everything. This is the last show. There is going to be an element of people thinking about, you know, their flight home, going to see their family. There's going to be a detachment. And you guys came out like it was one of the top concerts I've ever been to. To have that be the last show on the tour, you guys fucking murdered.
Thank you.
And I got like such a I don't have to watch another comedian kill to get inspired, and and that was like one of those shows that just has stayed with me. I mean, I can't keep track of time. I know how many years ago was that? I have
no idea.
Think about that. It was it was around Christmas, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. And
but you know,
I came home like gobsmacked or whatever, if I'm using that word correctly. I just came home and I was talking to Nia, and she goes, how was it? I was just that might have been the not only the best they ever sounded, that was one of the best concerts. I said that last night. It was like top 3, and Michael was like, what are the other 2? I'm like, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then my first concert ever when I saw Judas Priest with Doc. And
I love that as a first concert. That's a good first concert.
Oh yeah, just because that was my I'm a part of it. Right. I'm at a concert. We're doing a call and response, and I'm in this thing.
See, what was my first? My first concert was
Captain and Tennille. Muskrat Love Tour.
It was Carl Perkins and BJ Thomas who
shit.
did If You Happen to See the
most beautiful girl.
And he also did the
world.
As Long As We've Got Each Other, like the Family Ties or something theme
He did
song.
come out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you happen to see the most beautiful girl, it was one of the saddest fucking songs.
Oh my God. Tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need you, oh
baby.
My God.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that was that. I call that all. People call it like. It used to be called like easy listening, and then it's called yacht rock. I call that
rock.
station wagon music because
That's what I listen to
feel
it
like
in.
all those moms,
Driving across the country in a station wagon. That's totally correct.
Yeah, the moms like in some fucking loveless marriage. They just sit 10 and 2, just looking. No, they didn't cry. They always had like that. Remember those ultra skinny?
I love those
with this
chick
one?
ciggies.
And they had the scarf.
My grandma
with
used to do the
sunglasses.
plastic filter too, like the penguin, you know? I always thought, boy, this is a classy way to die just a little bit.
And then
you
you
know?
would steal the matches and light the woods on fire with your friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what arson.
Fire.
Arson was our internet.
Arson was our video game.
So what are some of the upcoming dates? And are you going to be coming through LA so I can see you guys again? Because this play is going to end.
We're gonna do a Catacombs tour. We've just decided we're gonna do.
The sewer tour.
We're gonna be playing the sewers of. It's not the sewer.
Sorry,
it's a coal mine. We're going to be playing this, but we're going to be playing the sewers of Los Angeles.
I'm a little tone deaf when it comes to sewers.
Yeah,
I need to get more progressive.
Yeah, you need to like do your research.
Okay.
No.
Get on the right side of history.
Yeah, please. Get on the right side of the manhole. Which sounds like a great bar name, like a West Hollywood bar, the Manhole. That'd be great. That's a good name.
I saw a great name for a gay bar, and it wasn't a gay bar, and I was so disappointed.
What was it?
The Dickens.
Oh.
I'm like, how is that not a gay bar? That is the greatest.
Come to the Dickens for the weekends.
That is the greatest, silliest name ever for a gay bar.
Yeah, the Toolbox was one.
The first time I did stand up in a gay bar, it was called Queen of Hearts. And then my buddy Patrice, rest his soul, he played a gay bar, and it was called Fiddlesticks.
That is fantastic.
It is fantastic.
It's so good.
How can you hate the gay community with that level of humor?
I love that they've got this chance. You know, there was a place in the desert called the Gaff, G-A-F. And I was like, or Daddy Warbucks, which sounds a bit romantic, if I'm honest. And I just thought they have access to the greatest names of all time, and I kind of admired that.
Well, I didn't know it was a gay bar. I went out to go do the gig, and it was like 2 towns over from where I lived, and I parked my truck broad daylight. It was the summertime, so the sun was out till like 8:39, and it was parked right out in front. And
happened to be.
And it just happened to be there. So of course I get to the gig early. I had my college Emerson college sweatshirt on. I was like 23. I looked like somebody ordered me. And I came in. I was like the college kid schoolgirl, right? And I was sitting at the bar looking at my notes. And some gay guy went by and said something like, hey, or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck, right? So then Karen Nooch was the one who booked me. And she came in. She goes, oh, hey, you got here early. And I said, yeah. And I was all fucking freaked. I had never had a guy say anything like that to me. So I remember I said to her, I go, hey, I go, that guy down there at the end of the bar. I go, he's a little happy. Yeah. She goes, what? I go, that guy down the end of the bar. I go, he's a little happy. Then she just sort of looked at me. She goes, Bill.
Do you know where you are?
She goes, yeah. She goes, yeah. He goes, everybody in here is a little happy. She goes, this is a gay bar.
This is a happy
And then
bar.
all of a sudden, I looked at the fucking bartender, and she had like the fucking Ellen DeGeneres haircut, and she had the tuxedo T-shirt on. And I'm like,
I like that.
And
look.
I'm like, am I the dumbest? I'm so fucking stupid.
Plus, take the compliments where they come. That's what I always think.
Yeah, some guy in a Klan outfit. I'm like, guy down there, he's a little racist. Guy's a little racist. Bill, you're at a Klan rally.
You had to poke a hole in my take a compliment from anywhere.
I thought this was a dry cleaner. I was wondering why that cross was on fire.
Yeah,
dude, how I didn't end up in the trunk of somebody's fucking car. I was so
There's
fucking.
still time.
There is still time. Well, any dates you want to promote that are upcoming, like this next leg of your tour? I'm so fucking envious of that. No, come on.
I mean,
don't be that way. Don't be that way.
I'm here to be your friend.
All right. Well, I'm here to promote whatever.
Yeah,
I probably don't need to. They're probably selling like hotcakes.
It's been going really well. I think, because, I always tried to be Piggy who makes his house of brick and not straw, I think.
Speaking of gay bars.
Yeah.
Pigs had no pants on?
I think no pants at Porky Pig in it.
What if you did the Three Little Pigs reimagined as a homophobic story, and they keep building these bars and straight people that are homophobic keep knocking them down?
Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate that. We're going to do some dates.
I slept with the air conditioner on last night. I can't do it. It dries out.
Straight into your yapper.
Yep.
I sleep right against it.
Yep.
Right by the hole.
Right by the manhole.
Which is another. I think we're going to do some dates in October and November. That's what we're looking at for the Catacombs thing. And actually, this is announcing it here for the very first. I haven't said any of this before.
Did you not want to say that, and I just got that out of you?
Yeah.
You like those interview skills?
Pulled that right out of me.
Pulled it right out of you.
After all the Piggy comments, I had no choice but to pivot.
So are you off till then? I thought you just got done with Boston.
We're doing these dates, which are pretty much all sold out, and then we're going to Europe for 6 weeks. We're kind of doing the tour that got canceled. I've gotten to this point where it's like if I said I was going to do something, I have to
Yeah, because I remember how obviously bummed out you guys were that the.
I can't stand it.
That's right. And you called me before that tour, and you were telling me I'm doing all the fucking places I want to do.
And I had the kids, and we all had our families out.
And you had time between
dates. We're doing Transylvania. We're taking 6 days off here. And to have that go away, I was like, it just was so deflating. And then it was deflated for that reason. And I was told, don't plan on doing anything for 2 years. And I was like, oh my God. And now it's 7 months. In 7 months, I was better. I feel so much better. And so I was, the first thing out of the gate was, let's do the dates that got lost,
Oh yeah.
Plus, I don't know. I've still so many friends in the desert that are, roofers or painters or, hardworking. And when they buy a ticket and then someone cancels, they're just like, this fucking guy with this fucking, I got this fucking ticket. And so I'm really adamant about trying to go back.
That's when you want to stay out of the comment section.
Yeah, definitely. Well, no one ever understands, the amount of times I played with serious injuries, and I always thought where's my trophy? Where's my cookies? No one did anything. Yeah. But I still, I like the chance to endure a little. It feels good. It makes it feel important for a sec that you're overcoming this thing. Yeah, totally. It's a little Catholic.
Self-flogging.
For growing up Baptist, a little Catholic. But
all right. Well, I got to say, it meant the world to me that you and all your bandmates came out to see the show. And one of the hardest things last night was blocking out that you guys.
I know we kept showing our tits. It was trying to get you.
No, I had to really sort of dial in. I flubbed a few things when I let my mind, because I knew it was going well. And I was happy with that. I knew it. No, it wasn't that. I just. And
you texted me in the middle of the show, are you fucking here or not?
Well, because Club Soda Kenny goes, Josh didn't pick up his tickets.
Because I inadvertently, Kevin bought more tickets. I had about 12 tickets last night at that place.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Well, okay. Hopefully the producers see that.
You're welcome.
And I can come out and tame my shrew again. All right, Josh Homme, everybody. He is out on the road making up all of those dates. He has an amazing new documentary out that you can see on
Criterion. It's streaming on Criterion
channel.
Yeah,
my favorite fucking channel.
Yes, so good.
Which I didn't know was here in New York.
I just was over in their closet, and
dude, how smart are all the people over there?
Oh, it was really calm. It was like being inside of an NPR microphone. It was everyone, and every poster is a bitchin' movie.
I got a good movie.
Duds.
Good movie. Before we wrap this up, I saw they had this film noir thing. There's a movie from 1950 called Gun Crazy. It's like a Bonnie and Clyde type.
I love that title.
Bonnie and Clyde type of story, And it's a bunch of no-name actors, but they're phenomenal. But the camera shots in it, it looks like of that era. And then all of a sudden, the camera chase happens,
noir,
and they're in the car, and you go 20 years into the future in cinema. Like, who the fuck came up with this?
Yeah.
Like shit, like filming above and in the car.
That would have been a nightmare then.
Yeah, like
filming
how did you do
this? It's a nightmare back then.
Oh yeah,
they got a fucking. Everyone's got a drone shot.
They probably hoisted some guy up by his nuts, holding the thing. No OSHA, none of that stuff. All right, Josh Homme, everybody. It's so great to see you, man. I'm so happy that you're back out there and that you're healthy.
Thank you.
You look amazing. You're back to being our ginger god. He's our ginger Elvis. Josh Homme, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you.
Ciao.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, June 19th, 2017. What's going on? How you doing? How are you? What's up? Oh, that's great. You doing good? Are you doing good? Oh, that's good. I'm doing great. I'm actually recording this on Sunday, June 18th. 49 years old. My first fucking Father's Day. First Father's Day. Oh, geez, Bill, what did you do? God bless you. You're in the clubhouse fucking turn. You finally became a dad. What did you do? I had a great day. You know they go all out for Mother's Day. There's just brunch after this, after that. I went over to a car show over on Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive, right? Rodeo Boulevard, Rodeo Road, Rodeo Drive, the fancy schmancy place. Evidently, they have a Father's Day car show every Father's Day, obviously. If they're going to call it Father's Day car show. Yes, they've had it every year. And, of course, I never went. I was never a dad. I never even heard about the fucking thing, so I was not on the email list. You know, Billy the Kidless, as you guys called me back in the day. As of 5 months ago, you could still call me that. So I was never on the email list, and God damn it, I was like, I'm going over there. So we head over there, and, it's like, the beautiful people, and me. Rich ass fucking, Beverly Hills. They call it the Beverly Hills car show, and I got to tell you, man, it's fucking beautiful cars. I was either going to go to the Peterson Museum or I was going to do that. And I figure I can go to the Peterson Museum anytime. This is the Father's Day one. I got to go to that one, and then I'll do the Peterson later. Right? So I fucking go over there. Peterson Museum, by the way, right down next to that place. That's right where Biggie got shot. Wilshire and fucking Fairfax. So anyways, so I'm over there, Rodeo Drive. I'm checking it out, right? There's all these rich people, There's all these beautiful fucking, I don't know what, walking around. God knows how old they are. They're really getting good with the plastic surgery, man. They're really, really getting fucking. There was some amazing old-looking women walking around, wearing Forever 21 shit that they bought at, I don't know, one of those stores up and down the block, right? So we're walking around. It's fucking hilarious. Every restaurant was like closed over there. They're like, fuck the dads. They had like 5 food trucks. Even over there, they're like, it's the dad. He doesn't give a shit. Show him a couple of fucking Batmobiles. Show him the Lincoln from Entourage, which they had over there, which was fucking cool as shit. One of the great cars out there, the Lincoln Continental. Suicide doors and all that. Not a convertible guy, but, he worked for the show. The overhead shot, iconic shot at this point. They had the Eleanor car from Gone in 60 Seconds, but I always liked the weird shit. I saw like a 1961, 62, or 63 Mercedes-Benz limousine. And out of everything that was there was a Tucker there. There was a fucking, one of those like a 55 Mercedes Gullwing. A bunch of Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Those weird years in the 70s. Those ones, Adam Carolla has a lot of them. I don't mean weird like they're not good looking. It's just like, I always saw them as the racing car. And then for me, I just felt it went right to Magnum PI. And it wasn't until I did Carolla's podcast back in the day when I saw the Lamborghinis and Ferraris. I was just like, what are these? And he was like, oh, this is this one, this is that one, from like the late 60s. Now they're cool as shit. He was ahead of the curve. By the way, I was watching a local newscast out here, and Adam Carolla, there's a free plug here. Adam Carolla was on, and he was promoting. He's got a documentary on the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the 1950s when Ford decided that they were going to, I guess, compete and see what they could do over there, and they came out with the Ford GT. He's got this great, it's getting rave reviews, and he has another documentary that he already put out about the racing life of Paul Newman. And if you go to his website, I believe it's chassis.com, something. If you just put in Adam Carolla Le Mans, it's going to come up. And what I love is all I could find on the website was just the DVD, which is great for me as an old man. I don't like that fucking, hey, you download it and then it's in the air and somehow it's on my computer and then I dump some orange juice on the keyboard and then I don't own it anymore. I like the DVD. I'm an old man. I like the DVD. That's like having the gold behind your money. So had I known about this, I would have asked for both of those for Father's Day. So instead, I'm just going to buy them myself. So anyways, I fucking go over there, and they got this Mercedes-Benz, like 1961, 62, 63, something in the early 60s. And it's a limousine. It's fucking black. It's got this... I took a video. I know I always say I'm going to post it. Then I always forget that I say I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try to remember here. It had this beautiful red interior, and it was just, I was like, that right there. That's what the fuck. As the older I get, as much as I enjoy driving, I don't enjoy driving in LA because the traffic is just fucking insane. And my wife, she Ubers all the time. So I'm getting used to this jumping in a car and somebody else is driving, when I go out with her. And I get all this business done. Be it breaking people's balls back on some text, calling back fucking Joe DeRosa or some shit. Better call Saul's Joe DeRosa for your consideration. Is the fucking veterinarian on that wonderful show. Turn email calls, business shit, all of that. And, you always read about these fucking people out here, these moguls. Like the Ryan Seacrests out here. They don't fucking drive. They have a driver. They sit in the back and they get shit done. They pull the curtain, right? And they just back there. They got like the Janet Jackson headset on. They're fucking firing off emails. They're buying stocks. I don't know what they're doing back there. I'm not a mogul. It's not like they're going to tell you. Fucking tell someone how to be a mogul, and then everybody's a mogul, and then what are you? You're just a regular guy. Next thing you know, you're stopping at a red light. You're looking over. You're like, is that Ryan Seacrest driving his own fucking car? What happened? Thought this guy had 17 fucking TV shows. Anyways, I could really get into that, to be honest with you. Who's kidding who? I'm not a mogul. I'm just fucking lazy. And I don't know. I think there's two types of people as they get older. There's the person that just, takes up cycling and rock climbing, and they take like a fucking glass blowing class or some shit, And then there's other people being like, you know what? I'm tired, man. I'd like to chill. If I get another 49 years or whatever I get, I'm on the back nine. Who's kidding who? 49 times 2 is 98. I want to make 100. I'm staying positive. Who's kidding who? All right? I feel like I'm on the 12th hole. Who the fuck wants to drive in LA? It's fucking horrible. I would actually thoroughly enjoy, and I would just, if you had that kind of loot, you redo an old fucking beautiful car like that, you restore it, you bring it back to life, and then you just in the back, you got a little humidor, some fucking cigars, a couple of your favorite little fucking accoutrements, being the booze there. And you just fucking whatever. You just drive around. Whatever your driver's name is, you still call him James. Every chauffeur was always named that. Wouldn't that be great? You want to go to the movies? You know, I drink too much already, man. There's no way I could handle always having a designated driver. I'd be getting fucking stewed going to the supermarket. Speaking of which, Billy, no fun. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ, we're 7 days in. 7 fucking days in. Last night I had a couple glasses of wine. We went out with another couple. What am I supposed to do? Everybody, you know, I'm having an Italian meal. I'm not supposed to have a little Barolo? Come on. Come on. What am I supposed to? I had a couple of those, you know, and I don't even fucking like wine. It's always reminding you of the hangover it's going to give you. Turns your teeth gray. But I actually enjoyed, that's the one wine that I like. I really enjoyed it last night. And I was actually going to order a whiskey, but I almost said the referee. The waiter forgot to come back and ask me. At that point, I was just like, fuck this. I'm just going to stay with the wine. And then tonight, my family took me out for Father's Day, and I had one whiskey. And I got a fucking good one, right? I got a really good 28 years old. And then I went outside to return a phone call, and I had set the glass down. I came back, and one of my relatives had bumped the table and said they knocked a little bit out. And I didn't think there was that much. And then I looked down, and there was this big puddle of it. And I was like, oh, fuck. That was 28 years old. I mean, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, that's good, because I'm trying not to drink anyways. But it was 28 years old as shit. Poured in a glass. I sipped it, and then somebody came by, boom, hit the table, and then there was a puddle of it. Spent 20 years in a fucking barrel to be spilt on the floor and then cleaned up with a rag. Oh, that's a travesty. I felt my liver crying. But it was good because then I had the perfect amount of booze, and I was fine. So, I don't know. I know you guys who are in AA, you know, you collecting your little chippy poos there. You knew it just fine. I got 5 days sober, you know. Give you a little cookie. Got you down there. There's no way, even if I was like a full-on fucking alkie, like I'm in AAA of alcoholism. I never got called up to the big show. I'm basically like Kevin Costner in Bull Durham, except I'm drinking. That would annoy me. Going to AA and they give me my stupid chip like that's I'm supposed to be fucking chasing these things. I got too much of a contrarian in me. That's the new word for cunt, by the way. Yeah, you know, I'm a bit of a a contrarian, a bit of a contrarian. Yeah, you're difficult. You're a cunt. You know, you're a fucking pain in the ass. You're the kind of guy, if the fucking jet went down, you're the fucking guy. You're the guy that would get us killed. We'd all be fucking sitting there if we survived going, hey, you know, but I say we go over this ridge. Everybody in agreement? Yeah. And then there always been one guy, whoa, I mean, what's to say about this ridge? Well, why don't you fucking go over there, buddy? Go get mauled by a bobcat. We'll wait for you to slowly die, and then there's our nourishment for the rest of this fucking walk down this snowy, godforsaken tundra. Anyways, sorry. The fuck am I talking about? Yeah, so we go to the car show, right? None of the fucking restaurants are open. Fuck the dads. There's like food trucks. Nobody gives a... You know what's funny, though? I didn't give a shit. My wife was upset. Oh, my God, why do we... None of these places are open? She's like, are you all right with that? I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You know, I really don't. I'm wired... like a guy. I walked around. I looked at some shiny cars. I'm happy. It's hot as shit. Let's get back in the car and go home. I'm fine. Completely fine. Brunch, that's some you shit. Turning this whole fucking thing into a whole day. Yeah. Father's Day, you leave I had the perfect Father's Day. And then I didn't even say I started my day. Well, fucking... no fun, Billy. I can wake up now like super early, and I finally have a little drum space, about 20 ways, little. Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. A little ways away from, like 20 minutes away from my house, I got a little rehearsal studio, right? You can just rent them, and I got the smallest fucking one. Like if I stretch out, I can touch the walls on all sides, and I got this little fucking that little sonar kit that I bought, the Martini kit. 16-inch bass drum, which cracks me up because I was playing that giant Bonham one that had a 26-inch fucking bass drum. And I'm trying to, you know, just go in a completely different direction after all of these goddamn years of just fucking trying to ape everything that he did. And it just hit me one fucking day. I told you what, one day I just sat there and I said, what if this fucking guy came back to life and he came walking into my house? I keep saying this on the podcast, right? And I was just like, hey man, John Bonham, holy shit. Hey, I'm a big fan of yours. Come in and look at my drum kit. And I had his exact drum kit right down to the Rogers hi-hat. He would have slowly backed out of the fucking room. And what was funny is now I'm going down this whole fucking rabbit hole. You know, I'm listening to Pantera and fucking Primus and Miles Davis. Figure that one out. Listening to all of his fucking great drummers. From Philly Joe, Tony Williams to fucking Jack DeJohnette. Just listen to these fucking geniuses. And trying to get something else in my fucking head. And through reading up on Tony Williams, I went down this fucking rabbit hole for about, I don't know how many hours on the internet. Just trying to, all these tracks that I was listening to and trying to see if I could. There's so many tracks where Tony is just killing it live and they just won't show him. It's so fucking annoying. They're always showing Miles or Coltrane or fucking, not Coltrane, he didn't play with Coltrane. Miles or fucking, was it Shorter that he played with? I don't know who. They're always showing those guys. Yes, it's like if everybody else stops playing, they'll finally fucking show him. It's annoying. But, you know, typical. They never show the drummer. That's why I loved the Romantics when I was a kid. And What I Like About You came out, and I finally got the drummer was singing. If the drummer sang, then they would be on him. Hotel California with Don Henley, you'd see the drummer the whole fucking time. Other than that, you were shit out of luck. So anyways, I ended up, when you read about Tony, that leads to Billy Cobham, which leads to fucking eventually, you know, I don't know, Vinnie Colaiuta and Steve Smith and all these fucking guys, and then they start talking about the guys they listen to, and then you go back around again. It's amazing. So I ended up finding this quote that really made me feel good about getting rid of the drum kit that I did. Because sometimes I think, oh man, I always wanted that kit, and I finally fucking had it. And then I just always think, yeah, and you sat down and played it, and you sounded like you. So, and it was too fucking big for you, and you have all these other ideas. Why don't you go pursue those? And I just stumbled on this quote by Vinnie Colaiuta, right? That actually transcends playing drums. You can apply this to anything. He says, this is when he was trying to find his own style. He said, I went through periods where I tried to imitate Tony and Billy. That's Tony Williams and Billy Cobham. He goes, but I eventually realized how dangerous it was. Basically trying to imitate those guys. He goes, I began to ask myself, what am I saying? I wasn't saying anything. It had been said before and had a reason for being said, but I didn't have a reason. I wasn't making a statement. I was just repeating it like a parrot. By imitating and copying someone else, a person becomes a parrot. I saw the trap, and I knew, as great as those guys were and still are, that I had to find my own voice. And I was like, God damn it, look at that. That applies to stand-up comedy. That applies to fucking washing cars. If you want to be one of the greats, you know, how many times can you watch Mr. Miyagi do the wax on, wax off before you're going to fucking break out of that? Come up with a new way to do it, right? I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'm just happy. So now I got this place. So I wake up now because, you know, the way my daughter sleeps, she sleeps in these 4-hour chunks. So she finally falls asleep, you know, around 2 a.m. after she slept from 8 to 12. Then she'll be up for an hour and a half or some shit. And then she sleeps till 7. My wife feeds her, and then she goes back to sleep again until 10. So that window right there from 7 to 10, now I've just been jumping in the car, drive 20 minutes down the street, nobody's up. There's no musicians over at that place. You know, they're just getting done doing blow. They're going home, you know. I'm there at 8 in the fucking morning. And I get to play for a nice solid hour, having the time of my fucking life. I don't know why I didn't do this for myself years ago. It never dawned on me to do it. I was always trying to play him in the fucking house and trying to find quiet ways to do it. Because who's kidding who? Drums are fucking annoying unless you're the person playing them. So I finally got this place, and I'm beyond psyched. So we'll see. We'll see what this little kit leaves me. But I don't know. whatever. I'm just saying it was a great Father's Day. So I went out tonight and then got a nice framed picture of me holding my beautiful daughter, and I could not be having my arms around her anymore. And she looks content as hell. It was an instant classic. I'm kissing her on the cheek, and I got it framed. I'm looking at it right now, sitting on my desk. I'm fucking psyched. So happy Father's Day. Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know, and if you used to play drums and you want to play them again, go get one of those. Get that fucking, Questlove little breakbeat set. Go find some fucking studio space. Cost you like $125, $200 a month. Who gives a fuck? You know, go get it. And go down there, bring your fucking, you know, or find a studio space. Like, you know where I used to play? I never used to say that because I didn't want anybody to bug me down there. The best place that I found out here in LA, if you don't have time to get a drum kit and all that shit, but if you just want to go play someplace, is Cascade Studios down on Santa Monica Ave, just east of Highland. It's the shit. It's fucking clean. The drum kits are great. And it was the first class place. And I went to a bunch of places. That was the best place that I found. So free plug there. And speaking of that, oh, by the way, everybody keeps telling me to watch the fucking Lakers Celtics documentary thing that they got on ESPN. So I have to check that out. But before I do that, I fucked up the goddamn podcast. Not podcast, I fucked up the password. I hate how complex these things have to be now. You know, I hate when you fucking put a nice, easy one in, and then they just say to you like, "Oh yeah, that's not good enough. That's not fucking good enough." It's like, well, why don't I determine that? Why are you acting like I'm in the Pentagon? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what's hilarious too? Now that I got out, I'm out of my Bonham phase. I still played to some Zeppelin today. I'm not gonna lie to you when I was over there, but somebody showed me his fucking. Remember that car and the song remains the same? That crazy looking. I don't know who made it, Ford or some shit that he had. That had all that crazy paintings and stuff like that. You know, you always wonder what happened to that shit. It's somebody bought it and then somebody else bought it. And now it's up for sale. It's like 250 fucking grand. You know who's going to buy that thing? I'm Jim Irsay of the Colts. I think that guy's going to end up having like the equivalent of Jay Leno's car collection. He's going to have that with musical artifacts. I mean, the guy's getting to the point where he can kind of fuck with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's got like a Prince guitar. He's got Jerry Garcia's guitar. If he had John Bonham's car, I mean, that really adds to the collection. Then you put your fucking Prince's guitars and all this Charlie Parker's saxophone, whatever the fuck else that guy owns, in the back. And you have some hookers come over. He starts doing blow, whatever the fuck it is he does. I mean, it could be a good time. No? Anyways, let's read some advertising here. Thank fucking Christ, that's over. Over? All right. So, anyways, I really fucking overextended myself this month. I said yes to way too much shit, and for July, my answer is going to be no. I don't give a fuck what anybody asks me. No. Hey, Billy, no. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm on the road again. Chicka-boom, chicka-boom, boom, boom. I'm doing the roast of David Ortiz this week, Thursday. And, I got to figure out how to, I don't do that. Hey, I'm not saying this guy waka waka, but this boopa boopa, yada, yada, yada. You know those fucking roast jokes? For some reason, the format of roast jokes is still from like the 1950s. I don't understand why that is. I have to figure out how to do this shit. So-and-so is here. You know, last time I saw a head like that, it had a fucking wacka wiggle wugga whoa. You know, they still use that, except the young guys now, they all say AIDS and cunt and fucking, it's just so over the top. You know, 9/11, it's always like, I got to figure out how the fuck to do this, and I only have 4 days to do it. And, of course, I'm busy as shit. So, I don't know what to do here. So, But this is the last thing. If I just get past this, which I will, either by doing a good job, a mediocre job, or eating my fucking balls on it, the bottom line is it's over. You know, it's a 12-minute spot. I just have to if I get past this fucking roast, the rest of my year, it's downhill. Billy No Fun is saying no to everything. When is it? Nah, I can't make it. No, can't do it. No, not gonna do it. It'd be like that fucking buzzard way back. Remember that bashful buzzard on Bugs Bunny? No, not gonna do it. That's gonna be me. I have to start fucking doing that because, it's not good. It's just too much shit, and I'm now with the kid. I'm exhausted. It's 9:22 at night, and I was ready for bed 2 fucking hours ago. It's just my cutie pie doesn't fall asleep till about 9. And you know what's great about no booze? You sleep like a fucking baby. I mean, booze will put you to sleep, but the next morning you wake up and you're just like, you know, you wake up, you feel like you should be tied to a chair, you know, and there's some guy just waiting for you to come around to continue interrogating you by punching you in the head. And then you realize, like, no, I punched myself in the head with all those fucking drinks. So I'm actually really enjoying it, despite the fact I drank the last 2 nights. I had one tonight, and half of it spilt on the fucking ground. All right? Don't fucking judge me, all right? I decide. I'm in my own AA, okay? I still earned a chip today. I just feel like for me, having my own AA is a good thing. Speaking of for me, in reality show stars, you're not going to fucking believe who I think was at that car show today. We're walking around, we're looking at this 2-door Cadillac that I swear to God was like 2 town cars put together. Incredible fucking car. Gigantic. Oh my God, I saw this one Jaguar. You know the one that had that one that had in the 60s with the long fucking hood? Not the one from the 50s that Sinatra had. That one, the James Bond era one. You know the one. And like the hatchback opened like a fucking regular door. This guy's showing it off, right? He's got the back door open and then the hood opens like the reverse way, you know, from the windshield out. Looks cool as shit. And then I look in there, he's got like some small block Chevy engine in there. You know, I don't know. That's what you want to fucking do. I don't know why you would do that. Anyways, so we're walking around looking at those cars, and all of a sudden, there's these people on, like, you know, they're giving out awards to cars and shit, and Nia's listening to this person on the microphone going, I think that's Caitlyn Jenner. I think Caitlyn Jenner's here. And I was like, no fucking way. I got to go see Katie, right? I got to go see when. By the time we got there, I'm not even sure if it was, but like Nia said that Bruce, it gets confusing. She said she's really into cars. So I got confused saying like, all right, was he not into it? And then can that happen? Do your hobbies change? Then I knew what she was saying. It's like, no, he was into him. He's always been into him. And now he's become Caitlyn. I almost said transferred. What's the fucking word you're supposed to say? Transitioned. Helicopter November 153 Sierra Hotel on with you. Information Bravo requesting fucking transition through. Transition to, being Caitlyn, but the hobbies stay the same. There you go. Who would have known that? I would think you'd take up some other hobbies, right? Maybe you wouldn't. I got to look this up. This is fucking weird. Because I know you take hormones and stuff, right? So does that make you into other shit? It's fascinating. You know, and you know what's funny is they're going to keep doing the same way they're doing the plastic surgery, where, you know, it's going to keep looking better and better and better. You know what I mean? Same way, you know, everything keeps getting better and better and better, except for the fucking environment, you know? Oh, by the way, I did a fucking benefit the other night and Flea was in the crowd. I can't fucking believe I didn't give him a shout out for giving a shit about bees. That was one of the few positive things I saw about the environment last year was that Flea somehow got it. Fleas, the fucking bees are dying off. And Flea shows up like a goddamn hero and he gets into this beekeeping stuff. He's got the whole suit and everything. I saw this whole article on it. And he's hooking up like it looked like there was like 10,000 of them hanging out in his backyard. You know what's funny is that's one of those things your neighbors would be annoyed at because they don't understand photosynthesis. I don't know where that fucking word came from, but I think I used it correctly. Isn't that when the bees go from flower to flower and stuff gets on their cute little feet? Their cute little bee feet, you know what I mean? And then they pollinate shit inadvertently. They're out there running errands for the queen, right? The queen bee. The fuck was I talking about? Oh, I got to look this shit up. When you transition, do your hobbies change? What fucking list am I going to get put on looking this shit up? Oh, come on, man. Don't do this to me. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. Huh? Can you fucking work for once in your life, you fucking cunt? Can you believe someone who can't even get internet in his whole house is talking about having a chauffeur? I mean, how fucking first world cunty is that? Habit change is easy when people move into your house. 4 strategies to change your habits. Was that not specific enough? I have to be wrong. You transition to a woman. Do your hobbies change? 13 ways to master the transition from college to the real world. Habit change is easier. How to successfully transition your diet. Nerd fitness, health in your 40s. Well, you know what? I searched it twice, I guess. So Bruce was into it. Now Bruce is Caitlin. Caitlin's like, good on you, Bruce. Way to get those fucking cars because I'm still digging them. That's fucking amazing. I hope someone I know fucking transitions. I just want to see that whole goddamn thing, Something's got it. It's got to be something. All right? Does your preference of color change? If you're taking hormones, like you're fucking with like the chemicals, right? Isn't it fucking amazing how I just refuse to read about shit and I just continue to ask questions while answering them? This is how I come to conclusions. And then I can somehow legally get on stage with the microphone and do a fucking podcast. I can't imagine how many people who used to be men and are now women are just slapping their female forehead, their transition forehead right now, listening to me as I'm talking about. I apologize to anybody out there transitioning. I don't fucking, why would I think that? Because she said she's really into cars. Doesn't take a lot to trip me up. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's read some shit here, right? Mute Math and Colbert. Hey, Billy Boom Bap. Boom Boom Bap. Thanks for putting me onto Mute Math. Oh, my God. They're fucking amazing. Fucking incredible band. They got a brand new album out. Whatever you kids say. They got some brand new shit that you can download through the fucking air, man. Capture it on your device. Share it with your friends, man. This guy says, I've seen the name before but never listened, and they are, all caps, fucking dope. Just bought a ticket to see them on their tour in September. Dude, you are not going to be disappointed. They are fucking, as good as their band, their albums are, they are fucking incredible live. Fucking incredible band. And then he said to me, he told me to check out these bands. It says, check out Big Data in Portugal. I don't understand this next sentence. It says, The Man, comma, I think you might dig them. Is The Man also a band? I'll look it up. All right? If my internet hasn't shut down after that last stupid fucking search. Keep drumming and making Stephen Colbert uncomfortable. Oh, I did the Stephen Colbert show last Thursday, aired Friday. I wasn't making him uncomfortable. He enjoyed it. I had a great time with him. I met him briefly one time at some benefit, but He's a really good dude. And it was fucking amazing to go back and do that show because that's where Letterman used to tape. And it's still fucking ice cold in there. It's still roughly like the same setup. And it's just weird because Colbert's desk is over where the band is. And I talked to him, during the break. I go, wow, man, this is crazy being over here. I did stand up on Letterman like 4 or 5 times. And this is where I always look over, and Felicia and Paul Schaefer, Anton Fig, the whole band was over there. And now the desk is here. And he said that he asked Letterman where he should put the desk. And Letterman said on the right side, saying that he always wanted to sit over there, but Johnny sat over there. So out of respect, he sat on the other side. That's how much, the level of respect. That was just amazing story. The level of respect that Letterman had for Carson. And why wouldn't you? The guy's the king of it all. But Letterman was the Carson of my generation. All right. Phelps versus the Shark. Bill, I just listened to your Monday morning, your Thursday afternoon, just before Monday podcast, and enjoyed your rant about the upcoming fight between McGregor and Mayweather. It wasn't a rant. It wasn't a rant. I just was discussing the fucking subject. If I was screaming and yelling, ranting and raving, that is a fucking rant. I'm going to look up rant. I'm probably really wrong. It's wrong about, if you transition, your fucking habits change. Why the fuck would I be wrong about this? Rant. Definition. Come on. Oh, somehow I go to rant now? What the fuck is that? No, rant. You cunt. Come on. Definition. Okay, rant. Definition. Speak or shout at length in a wild, impassioned way. Yeah, she was still ranting on the... I don't know. Well, I think this just goes back to me being from Massachusetts, and my ideas of yelling and fucking being out of control are just different than everybody else's. But you want to say I ranted, fine, whatever. Yeah, you know what I fucking hate most about that McGregor-Mayweather fight? Aside from the fact that McGregor is only going to be allowed to box. I mean, that guy's a fucking Swiss Army knife of death, and they're only letting him take out the spoon. You know what fucking annoys the shit out of me about that fight is I know I'm going to order it. How do you lay off that? Once I found out it's only going to be $100, I thought it was going to be like $200. I thought they were both making $100 million. I guess Mayweather makes $100 million. McGregor makes $20 million for whatever fucking reason. How fucked up is that? I think the guy that isn't, if they were doing, the fact that McGregor isn't allowed to do what the fuck he could do, which is put Mayweather right on his back and the thing would be over in 30 fucking seconds, he should be getting $100 million. This is a walk in the park for Mayweather. This is his fucking strength. And if it went the other way, if McGregor was allowed to use all of his fucking fighting skills, then Mayweather should get the $100 million. This is classic Mayweather. This guy's a fucking genius. He's getting it entirely his way, and he's making $80 million more than this other fucking guy. Anyways, he goes, did you see that Michael Phelps is going to race a great white shark for some Discovery Channel thing? I fucking refused. That's a joke, right? That has to be a joke. Do I have to look this up? I thought you might like that one. That is fucking ridiculous. All right, I got to look it up. What, dude, even if the shark was full, I mean, this is like the Mayweather fucking McGregor fight. This is what he does. I mean, Phelps swims, but he also does other shit. He goes to restaurants, you know what I mean? He hits a bong every once in a while. What the fuck does a shark do? That's all it does. There's no fucking way. There's no Phelps. Oh my God, it can't. No. Phelps versus shark. This can't be fucking real. Michael Phelps to race against a great white shark in Shark Week. Phelps versus shark. Jesus Christ. Whatever happened to just being on the fucking Wheaties box? You're not making enough money doing that. Michael Phelps isn't done swimming yet. The 23-time Olympic gold medalist. This guy has 23 gold. You know what? This guy wants to race yeah, of course he does. He's done with human beings. I think a shark is a good tune-up fight when you're going into the ocean. I think this, I don't know who put this together. Maybe it was Mayweather. He said he always picks the perfect fucking opponent. You go in there against a great white shark, you know what I mean? They're not known for their speed, are they? It's always dolphins zipping around. It's always the shit that they have to fucking catch that's fast, right? Then the slowest thing gets caught. All right, 23-time Olympic gold medalist will compete in the most adrenaline-filled race yet when he swims against a great white shark for this Discovery Channel's Shark Week. All right, so how do I handicap this? Are they starting in the water, or is the shark got to get up on that fucking block too and wait for the whistle? Oh, we got a false start. We're having difficulty explaining to the shark what the fucking whistle is. He's just so freaked out that he's out of his natural atmosphere here. In Phelps versus shark, great gold versus great white is what they're calling this. The retired athlete will take on the ocean's most efficient predator in a competition of speed. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? Is Nike putting out the swim goggles for the fucking shark? All right, and I guess Phelps tweeted something. I was able to do something that I'd always wanted to do, be in a cage and dive with great white sharks. Wait, is he married? He's got a kid now? Good for him. First birthday party. Hey, happy Father's Day to him. What kind of a dad? He's got you know what? He's got all that gold, you know? You know what's funny? The dollar, the entire U.S. economy could collapse and he's going to be fine. He's got 23 gold medals. You just melt those fucking thing down. You make little nickel-sized coins. That guy's eating subs for the rest of his fucking life. Phelps' Great White Race isn't the only Shark Week special he'll be appearing in. The father of one will also join. I don't give a fuck about what he's doing. Together, the trio will dispel myths and misconceptions and teach Phelps the proper way to get up close and personal with hammerheads and great whites. Okay. You know what's funny about fucking the Discovery Channel? After all these years of being the champions, the absolute champions of misinformation about sharks, you'd always watch their things on the sharks. You'd always watch these things on the sharks. And while you watch the program, they'd always say all this, you know, these things are being hunted down, they're misunderstood, blah, blah, blah. But when you watch the fucking advertising for that week, Shark Week, it was always, there was like another Jaws movie was coming out. It was really bad. So now I guess they're finally feeling guilty, or maybe some younger people came in on the Discovery Channel and they're finally done, I don't know, shitting on sharks. So wait, are they thinking they're going to be in a fucking saltwater pool? If they're in a pool, I like Phelps for the simple fact that I have a feeling that the shark's going to go out of its lane and be disqualified. And at the very least, the shark can't do that little somersault flip at the end of the fucking pool. Jesus Christ. This is what the world of sport is becoming. I don't know. Back in the day, you used to have those fucking fat, bald guys, strongmen. They were always bald, right? Something about lifting weights back in the day. You know, you went bald. They would always be pulling trains with their teeth and shit. All right, first time listening. Hey, Bill, first time listening to your podcast. My husband and I came to L.A. for the Rose Bowl last year and saw your stand-up. We love it. Thank you. Thanks so much for talking in detail about jazz and sports. I think this shows a lot of respect for your audience. We like cool shit. Obviously, we like you stand up. Don't be afraid to go into technical details about whatever. It's interesting. Anywho, happy podcasting. Well, all right. There's two people that are enjoying it. I think I talked about it a little bit. I downloaded all of this fucking Miles Davis shit. I am like, I was a huge Miles Davis fan, like, in the early 90s. And my favorite album was In a Silent Way. And I read his autobiography. I got like fucking, I had all his shit on like cassette tapes. I even got like On the Corner, which he talks about in his book, how when Herbie Hancock came out with Chameleon, like that's what he was trying to do, that Headhunters album. But, he's blamed the record label saying that, they fucked up the promotion of it. But I got into all of that shit, and then I moved to New York, and I stopped playing drums because, I was living in a walk-through fucking bedroom apartment, and drums are too goddamn loud, and I didn't play for like 5-6 years. And then I started back up again. So I started in 88, and with like a 5-year break in there. So I've been playing about 19 years. Is that what it is? I don't know what the fuck it is, but... anyways, Dave Brubeck jazz stuff. Here we go. More drum shit. Dear Billy Backbeat. Not the exact era you were asking for, but Dave Brubeck's band experimented with some crazy time signatures starting in the early 60s. Look for the album, The Dave Brubeck Quartet at Carnegie Hall. I bought it when I was a music major in college, and it was a borderline spiritual experience. It's got songs in 11/4, aptly named 11/4. Wait a minute, 11/4. Now, how the fuck does that work out? 11/4. So you just count. That's when you count that just up to 11. All right, so that's just basically, it's like playing three bars of 4, and then you just play 1 bar of 3/4, and you just lop off that last beat, right? 5/4, take 5. 9/8, Blue Rondo a la Turk. Not only are the songs great, but the audio quality is impressive for the time period. Every once in a while, you can even hear Dave or another member of the band blurt out a cool, jazzy, yeah, during a solo. It really immerses you in the time period and culture. All right, you know what? This is a classic. I'm going to download this and listen to this with really nice headphones in the dark. And probably wish that I did some drugs. If you listen to it, check out the track Castilian Drums at the 4-minute mark. There's a drum solo where he turns the snare off and does some really cool and creative stuff with his hands and his sticks on the snares. If you look at Joe Morello's shit where he's playing with his hands and stuff, and then watch John Bonham playing with his fucking hands, I'm sure Morello wasn't the first or the only guy to do it, but there's just a couple things where he's hitting with the back of his hand and shit, and you see Bonham do that. But then there's also like YouTube and all that shit did not exist when Bonham was coming up. So he was over in England. The odds of him checking that out and actually seeing it is so fucking... I don't know how people were able to... You definitely listened to everything you could, but to actually get to watch all the... I mean, it was fucking... When something came on the TV, you just fucking sat there and watched it. There was no hitting pause. There's going to be a rerun. If you missed it, you fucking missed it. Anyways, this guy says, thanks and go fuck yourself with that shiny new hi-hat stand. Jesus Christ. All right, join in the army. Hey, Nia, if you want to come in, there's a question for you. Yeah. Grab a mic. Bring in the tyke and grab a mic. Bring in the tyke and grab a mic. La, 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 la. Get your ass in here and do the podcast. Bye-bye. Where are you? Oh, you're coming. It's hot as hell in here.
Why don't you open a window?
Why don't I open a window? I don't know.
I'm also waiting for the door.
Okay, can you, there's a microphone over there. Can you, in the closeted area. Oh, Jesus, she's, hey, cutie.
Here.
Well, I can't do a podcast and hold a kid at the same time. Jesus Christ, what am I, multitasking? Hey, buddy. Mwah.
What am I looking for?
A mic up on top of the fucking thing there. On top of the thing straight ahead. She's got it. Please don't tip over my computer. Don't tip it over. All right, this is perilous here. I'm holding her, and there's a computer here. She's going to knock it over. She's going to knock it over. What's up, cutie pie? What's up, cutie? All right, plug it in there.
Plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the podcast.
I don't need to put the screen.
You don't need to put a windscreen on. I don't have the window open. Can you grab your beautiful daughter here, please? Please.
Driving me crazy.
I know. All right, here's a question for you. How did you pull the map up? All right, here's your question. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Dancing wedding.
Okay.
Hey there, Billy Back Freckle. My girlfriend and myself are attending a wedding for our good friends, 2 gay fellas. This is a very progressive podcast, by the way.
That you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I already brought up Caitlyn Jenner and I learned something. Today, when you kind of freaked me out when you said, like, oh, she's really into cars.
Why did I freak you out?
Because I had to do the math in my head. It was like, was Bruce not into cars? So then I was like, no, wait. I remember reading Sports Illustrated. He had Porsches and he was a pilot and all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Does his pilot's license? It must transfer over. You got to change the name. How crazy is that? Then you got to go down there and be like, listen, I'm this guy. Now
I'm sure everyone knows who Caitlyn Jenner is.
All right. So if you're not famous, but if you're not famous.
Yeah, if you're not famous, you probably got some explaining to do. But
I'm gonna, I'm gonna get you for Mother's Day next year. Speaking into a mic class.
I'm sorry.
All right, so here it is. By the way, so I Googled it. When you transition, do your habits change? And nothing came up. So I guess it doesn't.
Okay. What's the question?
You wouldn't think one little thing would be kind of like, oh shit, now I'm into this. If you're taking like hormones and stuff, like wouldn't something change? Your favorite color would change?
I don't think so. It doesn't affect your brain.
All right. Why aren't you allowed to ask questions about this shit? Is it me like, oh my God, what are you, a fucking Trump supporter? I'm really excited to go to this wedding, he's saying, okay? These 2 gay guys are getting married.
Right.
2 gay fellas, as he says. I'm really excited to go, minus the fact that they are dancing fools. Could they be more stereotypical? My girl and that whole group will be dancing the night away.
Well, it's a wedding, yeah.
Do you not want to do this?
No, I'm just trying to. I should wait to hear the question fully. Please proceed.
Okay, you seem annoyed. If at any point you need to walk out, I'm fine with it. Okay. He says me. For me, he says me.
For me,
I just feel. He says me. I'm not a dancer. Perhaps I shouldn't assume, but I'm assuming that you're no dancer yourself. Evidently, he has not seen Daddy's Home.
Right?
I'm the worst. I'm your standard pasty white guy who doesn't really dance. I don't like it. I don't really understand it. It's just...
Don't understand it.
It just seems goofy to me. I totally line up with this guy. I have an appreciation for it.
You danced at the wedding, though. You danced at our wedding all night long.
Yeah, I was drunk. My girlfriend has expressed her dislike with my opinion of dancing after a couple of drinks, going as far as to tell me it's a real disappointment. That I don't enjoy dancing.
Oh, I love how honest she is. It's a real disappointment.
In our 4 years together...
I love you, but I'm
really disappointed. And I completely don't respect the fact that you don't like something that I like. Hey, Nia, do you like hockey?
You know what I do?
Oh, could you just play along?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, that's a real disappointment.
Oh.
In our 4 years together, we've never really had any sort of arguments other than that one. Jesus Christ, that's the only thing you argue about? How often?
You're very lucky.
How often do you guys go
marry
dancing?
this girl?
He goes, I don't try and guilt her into doing something she doesn't like, so I get a little hot-blooded when she does it to me. Hot-blooded, can't you see? You'll be dancing to that one.
Hot-blooded, was it? I got a fever
of
103.
Come on, baby, do you do more than dance? Right? That's another white guy doesn't want to dance. Do you do more than dance? Can we get out of here? Mm-hmm. So we can, invent herpes. Well, what do you think? What do you think, old Ruby Puby?
Ruby Tuesday.
I don't stand my ground in what. Do I stand my ground in what will most definitely become a disagreement when I don't go flail around like the non-dancing whitey that I am? Or do I sack up and do my best Travolta from Pulp Fiction and go attempt to cut some rug, even though I'll be miserable the whole time? Best to you, your little one, and season 2 of F is for Family has been great. Thanks for the content, and go F yourself. All right. So, what do you say?
Well, as I snarkily said earlier, it's a wedding. So obviously there's going to be dancing, whether they're gay guys or straight. Like, everybody dances at weddings. That's not, I don't know how why would he think that there wouldn't be dancing? Maybe that's not the point.
It had nothing to do with the gay guys. He was just saying
he just doesn't want to dance. No, I can't dance. I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk. I don't know. Listen, girls that like to dance like guys that like to dance with them. That's just how it is.
Is that the name of a new reality show?
If you don't go in there and do the YMCA and the electric slide, you can at least do a couple of slow dances. How about that? Can you hi,
meet me outside? How about that?
It's Cash Me Outside.
Catch me outside. How about
that? Maybe that can be the compromise. Listen, I'm not going to go up there YMCA and celebrate good times. Come on. This is not a karaoke
What's another
podcast.
classic
I don't know why I'm singing.
wedding song?
None of those things we
Dearly
had.
beloved.
Prince?
Yep.
Did we have Prince at our wedding?
I don't know. Let's stay focused here.
Oh, yes.
I
think the compromise, sir, is that you should give your lady a couple of slow dances. And also, wait a minute. It's one night. It's not going to kill you to get up there and like be goofy with her. No one's watching you, because I feel like there's a little bit of you that's like, you don't like to dance because you feel like you can't dance. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's judging you. It's one night out of your life. Just be silly, have fun with it, and definitely slow dance with her. She'll really appreciate it. This is one of those times where even though you don't like doing something, you do it for the person that you love.
This is my suggestion.
But you're not going out dancing every single Saturday.
Would you?
But for the wedding, you should. Yeah. I'm a little distracted, so I'm sorry. I can't put my mouth you want me to blow the damn microphone.
No, I just want you to speak into it. You just,
hello? Is this better? Am I speaking into the microphone? Is that okay?
Don't do that. You're blowing the thing up. This is what he should do. He should go there and have 5 quick drinks.
5?
Get fucking hammered, and then just go out there, and then that's it. You blackout drunk.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Flop around like a fish out of water.
Yeah,
and then the next day,
I don't agree.
When
with
you're
that.
hungover and you're laying there and she's giving you looks, you just look at her in your best Clint Eastwood voice, and you just be like, "It was your idea." You want me to dance? These are the rules. I would just tell her, say, "Listen, I'm going to dance my ass off that night, okay? And I want you to know how stupid I'm going to feel. I'm doing this for you. However, these are the rules. You line up 5 shots, I'm doing those." Like Mr. Blonde going through that bank. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, bam, 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 bam. If you hadn't made me go out on the fucking dance floor.
I don't think he should
That's not a good Mr. Blonde. That was all right.
I don't think he should be 5 shots wasted, but
3.
I think he should.
Would you accept 3?
I would take 2 and see how it goes.
Oh, you're the worst. 3. Give him 3. This is a major anxiety. Nia, think of all the stuff you don't like to do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just saying, well, how about this? Can he at least give her a slow dance before he gets wasted? Can he just give her a slow? Because we love slow dances.
They don't start with the slow dance.
I know. You go out there and it's like immediately. Get down on it.
Yeah.
Get down on it. I'm just burning, doing a neutron dance.
Someone stole my brand new Chevrolet. Yeah. At that point, you gotta be fucking, 5 shots in.
It's one night out of your life. Do it because you love her.
Just one
and say,
night.
This is my dancing for the year.
Give
I
me
love
one
you.
more night. He's got to be shit-faced. Can you just let the guy get drunk? Nia, I don't say this a lot. I don't say this a lot. This is a white thing.
What do you mean?
We don't dance.
The white people dance all the time.
Who, Fred Astaire? We either do it professionally or we just don't do it. We're either one of those people on Dancing with the Stars or that's it. I don't know. All right, here's another one for you. Girl at jiu-jitsu. Hey, Billy Bullock's breath. So my dilemma is I'm 18, and it's hot as friggin' hell in here.
Why don't you turn the AC on?
Because what am I supposed... Oh, I'll hit pause. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Here we go. So my dilemma is I'm 18, and I've just finished my first year of college a few months ago, and I've been hitting the gym. Good for you, as much as possible. Good for you. And I've been going to jiu-jitsu. You're crushing it. For the past couple of months. Anyway, first day going there, I noticed a girl in the beginner's class with me and thought she was hot. And she's doing jiu-jitsu? This is nothing but great stuff so far. So after a couple of weeks, I work up the nerve to talk to her. Good for you. Turns out I went to school with her younger brother, something in common. This is like all rainbows right now. And I was also the youngest in my year, so I think she might be 19 or 20. Jesus Christ, this is just all aces. Why does my computer screen keep shutting down? I don't know. Anyway, after training yesterday, I asked for her Snapchat. Is that the way millennials ask for digits now? I never even said digits. I'd be like, what's your number? Can I call you? You like my Z Cavaricis? Daisy Buchanan's, dude. It's a meat market. Try not to curse in front of her, even though I've already done it 50 times here. I don't know. Anyway, it's a trip, blah, blah, blah. And she gave it to me. And after I asked her for it, I felt like a weight had been lifted because I've never really talked to that many girls, let alone get their Snapchat or whatever. Good for you. Because I'm incredibly reluctant and a bit scared to talk to them. Yeah, pathetic, I know, but I think this girl is girlfriend material.
That's not pathetic.
Not just a fuck one-time bitch.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, he really just made a left turn there.
That statement was pathetic.
He kind of built himself up as the shucks guy.
Yeah, and then he turned it around into...
Now he's a lady killer.
Yeah, what?
You know, I know what it is.
What?
He's afraid of love.
Whatever.
No, gee, see what you just did? You just turned her off. All right, I think I'm solo on this one. So, Billy Boy... What should I do? How should I go about this? How should I text her? Any advice would be appreciated. Love the podcast. Wouldn't mind hearing from the lovely Nia's input, too, if possible. Would love for you... Can you just let a guy be a guy? Nia, that's the equivalent of you guys being like, well, what does he do for a living? How much does he make? What size house could I get when I kick him out?
Oh, is that the equivalent, Bill?
Yes.
Equivalent
as
also,
in equal.
Nobody talks like that, at least not in my circle.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my God. For me, I feel I need a 20-bedroom house. However your friends talk. Would love for you to play a gig in Ireland sometime. Thanks and go F yourself. Dude, I played a gig. I played 3 last year. I went from Dublin up to Belfast and out to Galway. I had an isosceles triangle of freckled fuckos I performed to out there.
Are you trying to be a badass with this whole not a one-time bitch fuck type of thing? Like, what was that? What was that little statement he threw in there? Because that did really turn me off.
Why do you keep latching onto that? This guy has all kinds of great qualities. He's 18. He's 1 year into college. Okay, he's hitting the gym. He's taking jiu-jitsu. He saw a beautiful woman. He was smitten by her, and he's nervous. Okay, it's locker room talk.
I just don't understand why he. I just don't understand.
Don't build a wall around
why
him,
he has to be like categorizing girls that he doesn't even know. And so this is like the kind of bitch you just fuck once, and this is girlfriend material. Go fuck yourself. How about you're neither? How about you're not gonna get laid and you're an asshole that won't have a girlfriend? How about that? How does that feel?
Meet me outside. How about that?
It's catch me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that? Nia, you guys do the same thing.
We're not talking about what you guys do and what everybody else does. I'm talking about this person that wrote in this question. Okay? That's not what this conversation is about.
You're
what everybody else
does. Child.
I want her to feel my passion.
Him.
Okay? No, her.
Oh, her.
Oh, okay.
Her.
We're not discussing what women do versus what men do. We're talking about this particular person who is like, oh, good for you. You got her Snapchat. Also, like, Snapchat grow a pair and get her number if you're really trying to like come with it. Like, don't be lurking on her Snapchat so you can like jerk off to her like little selfie pics. I'm annoyed with this person. I'm sorry. You know what?
I'm jealous of this person.
You know what, son?
He's 18 and he's working out. He's in the gym.
I don't appreciate that little line that you threw in. So
he's not married. And his wife isn't freaking out.
Some type of way about it. So,
all right, here's my advice,
what was his
sir.
question?
Here's my advice.
What did
something,
he want?
Nia, I swear to God, if you were a pitcher right now, I'm coming out, and before I even get to the mound, I'm taking you out of the game.
I don't even know what that means.
It means you got way too emotional, you lost your control, and you're gonna kill somebody. Hit the showers.
I can tell she's girlfriend material, not just a one-time, a bitch you fuck once.
Oh, this guy cannot run in from the bullpen quick enough. You've completely lost your composure. Hit the showers on this one. All right?
How do you know what kind of person she is?
Oh, boy.
Because you've decided? Because you've projected what you want your fantasy to... Because she's not a real person to you, right? She's not a real person. She's just someone you saw doing jujitsu and it's like, oh my God, this is like my dream girl. Not like those other girls that you just like toss to the side. You don't even know her. You don't even care to know her. You got her Snapchat? Her Snapchat? Really? Grow a pair, ask for the number, or stay the fuck away. Don't be lurking online like some kind of creep. What is this person's name? Oh, he's from Ireland. Colin?
Nia. Don't...
Seamus?
Seamus O'Leary. No Seamus. This guy has no Seamus. Sorry.
Patrick.
Listen.
Yes.
Didn't you guys have like, this guy's husband material?
Yes.
Well, all right then. So why don't you relax?
All right.
Good Lord.
I really got hot there.
You got grumpy.
All right. Fine. Yes.
This is the thing.
There are definitely guys that you're like, this guy you would not want to be in a relationship. This is a guy that you just like bang out a few times and don't ever see again. Yes, that
what
is
do you mean
a true
bang
thing.
out a few times?
No, you're right. You're right. Women do the same thing. It's 100% true.
It took you 20 minutes to get there.
I don't know. It just bugged me. It just bugged me.
But
I'm being a hypocrite because I've certainly had those feelings towards certain guys. So
exactly, and it's about time women start fucking admitting that instead of acting like the world owes you a round of drinks. Now here's a man. He's smitten with this girl. He's afraid,
Ow.
So he just her tooth's coming in there, huh?
Yes.
Well, this is what I would say. How should you go about this? You're going to have to do something that's probably difficult at your age, and I hate when older people say this, but you got to figure out a way to be yourself. You just got to walk. You've said enough, Nia. No, I think you've said enough.
I'm sorry, Shane. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
I think you've said enough here. I think you dumped a whole bunch of other stuff from other days. Was it something I did? I don't know, but this guy did not deserve that. This is an 18-year-old. He just became a man.
Okay. I overreacted a little bit.
He's going to college. He's going to want to defend his family back, fucking east, right? With his jujitsu.
I'm just saying, if you were my son, I'd be like, can you not?
Can you get off it, Nia?
All right, I'm off it.
You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. But what I love about you is you admit what a pig you are, like the rest of us. Jesus Christ. Can you give the kid some advice here?
What was the question? He got our Snapchat and
he's nervous. He actually likes this woman. What does he do? He should just be himself. Just listen. I got to admit, like, I saw you across the room. I had one of those little mini heart attacks. I really like you. I'd like to take you out. Like, you got to go honest there.
Just ask her out.
Yeah, you don't have to just sit there and brood in the corner and try. There's no reason to. What you do is you fake with those ones you're just gonna bang. Someone you actually like, you got to be honest with them, or else it's not going to work. So just
Okay, this little one is getting a little fussy. I'm gonna go.
Okay, cool. I think you both need a nap.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. Hey, we all get that.
Whatever his name is.
That's it.
My bad.
Yeah. For all you know, his name is Vinny. All right. Okay. Dancing at the wedding. I already did that. Girl at jiu-jitsu, I already did that. Did I answer all the questions? Oh, joining the Army. Joining the Army, yes, you can sail the 7 seas in the Army. You can eat some mushy peas in the Army. Okay, joining the Army. Dear William, no fun. I'll skip all the ass kissing since you blow through on your reads anyways. All right. I'm a 34-year-old married guy, former Navy vet, who's sick of feeling like a shitbag. I want to do something with my life and feel like making a difference. I've kicked around the idea of going back into the military for a while now, and it's shit or get off the pot time. Wow, you want to go back into the military at 34? Okay. I brought this up to my wife in the past, and all she can say is, you're married, and changes the subject. Some backstory on us. We've been together for 7 years and married 5-ish. We've had our ups and downs like any couple, but I get sick of being treated like a child when it comes to my own life. Anyway, I'm just about at the cutoff age-wise to go down the path I want in life. I want to be a combat medic. Jesus Christ, dude. Good Lord, man. I mean, how much excitement do you need in your life? You already served and you want to go back. This guy's a friggin' hero here. He said, I'm a determined man who cares about my family and my country. I've done my research and I have the time to join, do the medic training, go to RASP, Ranger Assessment Program. You going to become an Army Ranger at 34? Did you guys ever watch that documentary on Netflix about just to see if you're worthy of going through like the week long of 10 days or 14 days of hell? Only thing I remember was they had this giant like telephone pole that you and 10 other guys had to hold up and do curls with it or some shit. And as people quit, the rest of you had to hold the thing up. I mean, I was screaming in pain watching it. And if you puked in the pit, you had to get your puke out of the pit. It was just like, just that beginning thing was more obstacles than I've ever faced in my entire life. You are a driven man. You're a special kind of person, man. If you can, that's special forces, right? He says, then special operations, combat medic training. My question is, Bill, what do I do here? Do I risk losing her or stay here and resent her? I don't want to do either, but I also can't continue to work myself to death as a construction worker, making someone else rich at the cost of my health and happiness. Dude, if you want to be a combat medic and you're fucking putting drywall in, I mean, that's got to be torturing you. He said, I've worked 7 12s for 6 months. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for 6 goddamn months. Trying to save money to go to nursing school. And she tells me she booked us on a cruise. She spent that money on a cruise? Oy. Oh, boy. I don't know what to do, and I need your help. Thanks in advance for your advice, and thanks for the mediocre job on F is for Family. Go fuck yourself. All right, here's the deal, dude. What's going on in your relationship is a critical lack of communication. Okay? You're telling her what you want to do. She's just saying you're married, changes the subject. You saved up all that money to go to nursing school, and either she didn't realize that was what it was for and booked you on a cruise, or she's one of the most selfish people on the planet, which I don't think you would have brought that up. So I think what's going on here is you're this guy's guy, John Wayne type, and like most of them, you know, people like that, you ask you how you're doing and you just say, fine. All right? What you need to do is you got to open up. You got to sit down. You got to say, listen, we got to talk. And you have to sit down and tell her what you want to do. Tell her how you feel at work. And you have to communicate and start there and work your way to the Ranger Assessment Program. That's what you have to do. Because other than that, you have a major blowout argument on the horizon, and her catchphrase is going to be, where is all of this coming from? You know? if you're one of those guys that does stuff the right way, there's a problem you can run into where you have this expectation that everybody else should also do things the right way, and when they don't, then you get fucking pissed. And it's all of it builds into this complete, like, I lead by example and all that shit. You got to learn how to communicate. So, yeah, I would sit down with her and I would talk to her. All right, and good luck with that. Those are amazing friggin' goals. I just want to learn how to play Tommy the Cat. That's what I want to do. Anyways, that's the podcast, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, I have a number of friends on that show. I'm Dying Up Here. And they're telling me that as good as the pilot was, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And there's a zillion shows out there, so they really need people to watch. The book was fucking incredible. I know Jim Carrey's name's attached to it, so I know it's going to be great. I'm going to watch episode 2 right now. Al Madrigal, the great Al Madrigal, who I do the All Things Comedy Podcast Network with, and is just a friend in general. Is killing it on there. I don't know. I hope you guys watch the show because I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the family vacations. All right. So what do I got to do here? Is there anything else I need to is there anything else that I need to hype here? Should I give a shout out to anything? I already gave a shout out to Flea for saving the bees. I wonder if enough people fucking did that. You know? I still can't believe that I pulled photosynthesis out of my ass. I don't know where I came up with that one. All right, that's it. Everybody, check out I'm Dying Up Here. And I'll check in on you on what is it? Thursday? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Oh, Andrew Santino's on it. Here we go. Eric Griffin. I'm going to get everybody. John Daly. Fucking hilarious. Who else? Scrolling. Rick Overton. Met him back in the day. Speaking of Neutron Dance, was actually in Beverly Hills Cop. Dom Irera is fucking hilarious on it. I'm going to watch that right now. That's what I'm doing after I upload this podcast. All right, everybody. I hope all the dads out there had a wonderful Father's Day. It was an incredible day for me to finally get texts and tweets from people wishing me a happy Father's Day. It meant a lot to me. Thank you so much. That is it. I will check in on you. There we go. That's how you say it on Thursday. All right. Bye-bye.